Hey everybody, this is Renee from Paramount Solutions in Orlando, Florida. We are a small, privately owned psychic service. We specifically book psychic readings with clairvoyant readers, psychic medium readers, and some tarot card readers. All of our readers are actually clairvoyant first because we do want them to be able to pick up visually on bits and pieces from your past, present, and future and describe it to you. Some of the readers actually have other talents also, talking to spirit guides, psychic mediumship, tarot cards, different things like that. So if you want a psychic reading, call us. We have excellent readers who work with us. We've been in business for over 20 years, and we do test the readers before they're allowed to join us. We actually have a pretty big Mercury Retrograde coming up, and we're actually already in the pre-shadow phase for it, which actually started on October 28th. And we're running into a little bit of the more intensified period now, and then Mercury Retrograde station actually happens on November 16th. And that's when Mercury is retrograde, or it looks like it's retrograde in the astrological charts. And then it's going to go Mercury direct on December 6th. You will actually be feeling the effects of it probably all the way through December 24th, which is when the post-shadow ends. So that's a whole holiday season of Mercury retrograde. And we wanted to give you a lot of tips and just different things to look out for with this specific Mercury retrograde, which does start on November 16th. It's going to be, regular Mercury retrograde does cause issues with communication. Mercury is the planet that rules communication. So a lot of things that come up with Mercury retrograde are going to be obviously communication issues, misconstrued messages. You can have auto issues, computer issues, electronics issues. And you can also have just regular travel issues also. So if you are traveling during the holidays, be sure to triple check your plans. I'm going to say that first thing, triple check, make sure you're good with your travel plans. A lot of things that we usually say during Mercury retrograde is to be careful signing contracts, check and recheck your schedules. Be aware of your messages or any kind of your text messaging, or if you are even, just doing regular messaging on Facebook or on, emails, just be sure to double check them. Know that sometimes messages can actually be misconstrued during this time. So be sure that you are very, very clear with your intention on any kind of messages that you're doing. Any posts on social media, be careful with. And then if you still do have a couple days before actually full Mercury retrograde. So if you have, if you need your oil change in your car, go get it done. Make sure you have proper air in your tires, that whole thing. Just to be sure that you are going to be a little extra safe during the holiday season. This particular Mercury retrograde is actually going to be starting in Sagittarius and then ending in Scorpio on December 6th. So during that time, Neptune's actually going to have a very strong force with it. And it's actually a very spiritual planet focused on ritual, magical things, lucid dreaming, psychic ability, a lot of just different things that can come up with all sorts of magical things and mystical things. So the energy that Neptune does provide is a high cosmic vibration. It does help enhance your desire to understand the universe and metaphysics. So by all means, check it out. We love it when people learn more about us and how we do things here. Also, we want to warn people to be very wary of drugs and alcohol during this time. It's actually a time where people might fall back into relapse and different things like that if you have a substance abuse, because it can make people a little bit more moody, especially with Mercury retrograde too. If you might actually find yourself a little bit vulnerable to psychic vampires, which we're going to cover in our next YouTube video. Psychic vampires are people who basically, they don't necessarily know that they do this. However, they do basically suck energy from people is the easiest way to say it. And I'll be covering it a lot more in the next video, as I said. However, you have to be careful with psychic vampires just for your own well-being, because they can actually really make you sick if you don't have correct boundaries around them. So you're going to want to be on the lookout during the Mercury retrograde for people who might be psychic vampires, and maybe just try to, put some boundaries on how much time you spend with them, which can be difficult in the holidays because sometimes the psychic vampires are in your family, which can also be a little bit difficult to maneuver around. So be sure to look out for yourself and to have proper boundaries with that during the Mercury retrograde that's coming up. If you're looking for romance, during this period of time, which a lot of people are because we're coming up on the holidays, it's a very romantic season. We actually want you to take a step back from whoever you're looking to start a relationship with and make sure that they are not a psychic vampire, because it's likely that they're going to show up. So we want you to be a little extra, give yourself a little extra time to really think about things before jumping into any kind of relationships, which actually with Mercury retrograde, that can also mean business relationships too. So just be sure to really take some time out and really be introspective on what you really want. So if you have any questions, we have readers who love to help with this sort of thing. And this is one area that we are definitely professionals in, that we can definitely help. So if you have any questions about any of the stuff going on with Mercury retrograde, the Neptune influence, Sagittarius, Scorpio, all this different stuff, call us at 1-800-966-2294. We have excellent readers who would love to help you.